went for the hit stick. I shouldn't have gone for hit stick.
Oh my god!
Oh god. They're on it.
Oh Jesus! Jesus. Let's not fluff around.
Starting now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Bean and. No.
Oh, Coco, sorry. You didn't give me. I didn't know. This
done
is
this
new.
for 7 goddamn episodes, brother.
It's new. I've never introduced myself.
Yeah, you're right. And as you guys can tell, we're kind of kitted out now. I will show you guys some parts of this little adventure. Ernest, we forgot to turn it back over to.
What are you talking about?
Nah.
Oh god.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it 100 with all y'all motherfuckers, cause that's just who we are. We had to turn it to peaceful just to give us a break from the fucking mob hell that we've been dealing with. And so yeah, so we'll turn it back to normal here in a little bit after we're done. Probably getting a couple more supplies, probably some wood, because I feel like we're really low on wood.
Yeah, I don't think we have that much wood.
Because I think you're running pretty low on wood, and I know I don't have any because I stole some of your sticks. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go gather up some wood, but since we can do that real quick with you guys here, I just thought we'd take a little bit of a peaceful break and actually kind of just talk. We talked about our goals, or not goals, but just some of the stuff we have planned for 2025. Some funny shit that happened to us in our lives. But I do want to kind of, I guess, start this part of the video off with something that has kind of been bugging me. And I don't know if anybody else has bought merch. I know a couple people reached out and said they bought merch and they haven't had good luck with my supplier right now. Ernest, I don't know if that's one of you, if you guys have or anything, but I am currently going to be in the process of switching suppliers, and so I will be taking down the website for now until we figure out exactly what we're going to be doing as far as new supplier for merch. Designs and everything are going to stay the same. I don't think we're going to have any problems there, at least not that I know of. I've already downloaded most of the designs anyway, and I had them saved in my PC and in my email, so I should be able to just transfer those over. I did have a Bean Flicker shirt and hoodie that was supposed to be released, but that didn't happen, so we are just going to move on with that and continue to go from there. But I did have a genuine question now for you, Ernest, now after we've been bullshitting for an hour and a half. And that is, I was talking about like on the weight loss journey, right? Like the perception of things. I don't know if the weight loss video is going to come out after this or before this. I haven't really decided that yet. I think it's going to be the update is going to be before this, but there's an actual like little commentary video I was going to do after. It might be after this Minecraft video, to be honest. It's amazing to me how much our brains don't perceive our day-to-day change.
You fuck!
How much our brains don't perceive day-to-day change, but other people's brains will notice it immediately. Like with this whole weight loss journey, and just like in general in life, right? Like with me going back to church and kind of just trying to see if like, if there's anything there for me spiritually, by reattending and trying to see if I can get a closer connection with God and everything like that. How much people have noticed like a change in my overall mood and my overall like day-to-day just mentality, right? Like I guess to some people I don't seem as depressed as I used to be. I felt like I wasn't, but hey, that's just me. like I said, it's something that I guess I didn't notice on a day-to-day basis, but other people have. I don't know if you can speak from that spot with me or with others if you notice changes when they do things in their lives, but I do seem to perceive a lot more easily when someone is off compared to like when they can notice it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
kind of don't. I feel like I don't notice it, like, notice myself, but I notice other people,
yeah, like
like,
when something's
way
off.
better.
Yeah. Um,
And when somebody points out, like, hey, is
you've been
everything
kind of
good? I'm like,
quiet. Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? You haven't said a word in 20 minutes, and everything you've said is just real quiet and, like, bash. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, and
didn't
then
even notice.
yeah, and you kind of sit there and you're like, oh,
I'm
well,
like,
my
is
bad.
something wrong? And I'm like, you know what? I have been, like, stressed, or, like, this has been on my mind.
Yeah.
And, like, I try to, like, keep that away from everyone.
Yeah, like it was one of those things. I think I called you out on it one night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I think you weren't hopping on, but it was like a night after like a really rough day for a couple of us, and I was just like, hey, bro, like you good? And you're like, yeah, that I know of, and I was like, oh, okay, just wanted to make sure because you just seemed a little off this week. But I don't think I've ever noticed that with myself, right? Like, I don't think we notice until someone calls us out on like an attitude problem or something that we might be having, with other people because we don't realize, um, that we might not be doing as good as we think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that could just be, self-consciously we like to push that kind of stuff to the side, but I also think it just has to do with like nobody really does self-evaluations that often, right? Um, and with someone, with a little bit more of a, I guess, it is what it is kind of mentality to life, like I do, as far as like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not too keen on noticing those small things as easy. Because I just leave it up to, to my faith, right? Like I'll be like, ah, fuck it. Like if something happens, that's just what God had planned. And it's like, no, sometimes a bad day is an actual bad day, and I shouldn't think that that's what God had planned. Like it's okay to to get frustrated with life a little bit, and not just put it all to the side and compartmentalize it, and and push things to an extreme to where now I'm just being a complete jackass, and and not realizing that there's going to be repercussions to what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, like it was just the other day at work, uh, a customer of mine goes, he was like, "Hey, bro, everything good?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Oh no, you just seemed a little bit more tensed out and stressed." And I was like, "I mean, I don't notice it, but now that you mention it, yeah, maybe." Like
Yeah,
I
I'm, like,
did,
sitting there thinking, I'm like, have I been an asshole? am I
like,
am I being a dick right now?
and I think subconsciously it actually makes it worse because then you're like, man, who have I been like just being a complete brass like cunt to,
Yeah.
and it's like, fuck, man, like how long has this been going on, like that I didn't notice myself that I've just been a complete dick, and it's like, and just that the whole perception of it is just crazy to me that like our brain is so good at like just pushing things to the side for ourselves, but so good at noticing our surroundings, for other things,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't know if that's maybe something that's happening now that we've evolved to who we are as like as a race, and like the human race now, or if that's something that's always been around. Um, because I always feel like we grew up in the day and age where people are always like, hey, especially for you and I, being people of color, like we've had to be a little bit more. How do I put it? not muted, but like
I'm desensitized to a lot of shit that I
there you go.
probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, like like the first time I've ever heard like some wicked shit, right, about something, and I'm just like, didn't really think about it that way until like I'll go home and I'm like, should I have like laughed that off or should I have said something in that moment? Like,
I do that. I do that way too often. Where I'm like I'll tell Macy like a story
of like something that happened at work.
from like, and not even just like a work, like something that happened like long in the past, like something like I got reminded of something. Like I'll tell the story, and she's like, "That's not good," and I'm like, "What do you mean?
Yeah,
What do you mean that's not good?" She's like, "You probably should have been like angrier about the situation than you are." I'm like, "What?"
yeah, and and like I've talked to you about like some situations at work, and it's like I don't really notice like I should have been more of a dick, like
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm just so desensitized and so about it that just like I don't realize like no, that's not an moment. Like I really should have
Like
just
that's actually really fucking bad.
yeah. and and I don't know if it's just for people of color. I know that everybody goes through things in life, um, more than a lot of others, but it is one of those things where I'm just like, okay, like why would oh shit, sorry, I got a little sidetracked because I'm wondering why the fuck I would give uh fucking emerald for wildflowers to this fucking villager. I'm not gonna give you fucking an emerald for red
I
sand,
had
buddy.
my doubts about you, but you proved me wrong. And I told
Yeah,
my GM that, and she was like, "Is he still a member?" And I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "That's not right." I'm like, "What?"
yeah. You're like, what do you
What
mean?
do you mean? He complimented me.
And she's like, "No, bro. He's
She's like,
he just
"No."
pulled the racist card on your ass, and you're just like, okay."
She's like, are you like, was everything okay after that? I'm like, yeah, he was super cool, super chill guy. Like,
And
he was a racist. I was like, oh fuck. I put the pieces together. I'm like, yeah, I probably should have helped him after that.
yeah, and I had a similar situation that at my work where it's like the guy, he goes, "Oh, bro, you really, and I didn't really think anything of it, but he's like, you really know your parts. You're not like the rest of and like the rest of those kind of people." And I'm like, I'm like, you mean like, and I didn't really push it, but I was thinking like age wise, right? Like I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
think about anything that way. And I was telling my HR about it, and they're like, Jeremy, he insinuated that brown people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I was like, oh, I didn't take it that way. I kind of just thought he was just talking about, like young people in general, because I was only like 19, 20 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, is that guy a regular customer? And I was like, I mean, he's a regular, like, as of late, right? And she goes, well, next time you see him, if he says a comment like that, you come get me before he leaves. And I was like, okay. Never saw that dude again. Which part of me is kind of happy I didn't, because I don't know if I ever actually would have said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the other part of me was like, I I should have said something, but like town thing. But it's like that shouldn't be any town thing. Like, like
I just brushed that shit off. Like, yeah, that was funny. And then I go about my day, and I'm like, and it's not until like years later where I'm like, wait a minute.
you're like, I should have said something.
I should have been a little angrier about
Yeah.
that.
And it's
I
like,
shouldn't have been okay with being called Jigaboo as a nickname.
yeah, bro. Like of course, I make fun of the bean now, like bean slacking and shit. But like as a kid, maybe I shouldn't have been okay with it as much as I was, or
Yeah.
like like it's one thing to be called that as an adult, because we all do it to each other, but it's like as a kid, bro, like I heard that shit so often, or like I'd hear so much shit, and it's like, why did I never say anything?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think it was because seeing my dad, maybe go through that stuff and not realize he was going through that kind of stuff, and him just brushing it off, and um, there's I think, well, you know who it is, fucking Shannon Sharp, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking to, I think, Skip Bayless once, before this whole bullshit happened between them, and he goes, they told me to turn the other cheek, but that's, God's in the Bible, he does that, I don't do that. And it's like, fuck, bro, like I've always grew up doing that same thing, because like that's the way I was raised, right? Like just turn the other cheek, like don't, just ignore it, it's just white noise. But like,
Mm-hmm.
no, bro, like there's got to be a point where you just have to say something.
Yeah. Like there has to be like, and I just never got to that point like growing up.
Yeah.
And like maybe it was just because I was like so naive, or like I was just so used to hearing like certain people say certain
It's all
things.
Mm-hmm.
jokes and fun until like you don't realize, like, oh, this guy wasn't joking.
Yeah. Until like you meet someone who's actually serious about hating you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, whoops. Sorry, man. Didn't know.
Yeah. Like we had um a guy that would just fucking ask the boss, out of all people. He'd come up to the boss and be like, "Hey, where's my favorite spick?" And like, and like all of us brush it off, right? Because it's like, oh, it's just, it's the old timer. He can, he's gonna say whatever the fuck's on his mind. But it's like, I should have fucking been like, no, bro, like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Over here fucking calling me your favorite spick? Like, I don't fucking know you.
You're not my friend.
Yeah. But I think it's just so, we're so desensitized, especially in this day and age, where, people, in a way, just speak their goddamn mind, and get away with it, that we don't realize, oh, that shouldn't have been okay.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's not right. And again, like I'll tell Macy stories from my childhood, and she's like, that is not funny. And I'm like,
Yeah, you're like
you know what?
you're at a
I
fucking like
think you
full
might be
on laugh
right.
about it too. You're like, dude, this was so fucking funny, Mace. She's like,
Yeah.
why are you laughing? And you're like, what do you mean? And she goes, babe, like you were
That's
getting
not okay.
hate
That is,
crimes.
yeah, that's funny. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now it's like I kind of give like more of a shit because it feels real.
Like when I called you fat.
Yeah, that just fucking hurt. And it's like what you don't know about that is you said it at a time where I felt like good.
You were fucking like, Macy gave you a compliment. She's like, hey babe, you're looking great today, and you're like, oh thanks babe.
Like, thank
Hop
you.
on games all yours,
It's
and
like,
you're
you
still
fat
fat.
bitch. Pretty much what you just said to me. You fat fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Shit.
But yeah, no, it is one of those things where it's like, it, we do it, in a joking manner, right? We do it, out of love, but someone else does that to one of us, and we're like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did I do to you for this to be like how you're gonna treat me? Like, I don't
Yeah, like
know
what?
you
I
that well.
didn't deserve this. I don't know you.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking great. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, when you said that yesterday, I was like, because I'm finally getting the weight off from when I went to Dallas and ate like shit. Like I gained 10 pounds just being in Texas.
You gained 10 pounds being in a humid ass state, bro. That's wild. I lost like 20 being in Texas.
Dude, I had a lot of Raisin Canes.
Ah, my brother, fucking
I
living
had a lot
life.
of canes. I also had a lot of Nutty Buddies for some reason.
But yeah, and and it's like that perception thing, right? Like we're so used to it, we're so desensitized to small-handed comments that like at the end of the day, like we don't notice it, but we should be noticing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the point in my career where I'm just like, I'm just like, bro, whatever, fucking, whatever floats their boat. I'm not trying to pick a fight over some petty shit.
No, I'm not gonna pick a fight over like someone saying something to me, but well, okay, I might, depending on like if it's like genuine hatred
Yeah.
and like aggression. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. So the kid was making fun of my weight, and this is like in a point of my life where like I knew I was a big kid, and but it was weird because I was always active, but it's just I wasn't watching my what I was eating, right? Like I was just eating whatever the fuck I wanted to eat, not actually like paying attention to that shit.
Mhm.
And so I was getting a little self conscious about my size, because I had been turned down on a couple like I'd asked a couple girls out, and it just got turned down, and the kid was making fun of my weight, and I told him to knock it off, and he wouldn't knock it off, and so finally one day, during lunch hour, the kid's on a fucking knee, okay, just down on a knee, just like tying his shoe or some shit. I can't remember what the fuck he was doing, and I was like a fucking bull that saw red, and I clocked his ass with my elbow from behind. Like straight, like I hit his head or
You
I hit the
fucking sucker punched this kid.
dude. It was a fucking sucker punch like no other. Like this, if I actually knew how to fucking hit with my elbow, I probably would have knocked the kid out or possibly even like hurt him like pretty bad.
Mhm.
Um, and I just fucking smacked the shit out of him, and all you hear is straight up just, and then you hear the fucking on the cement, and he's on the ground just fucking like holding the back of his head, and
Mhm.
I just walk away, right? And everybody's like, Jeremy, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, fuck you guys, like, shut up. Like, mind your own damn business, right? And, in the moment, I didn't really think, like, okay, like, the kid knew what he was doing. Like, he's not going to chicken shit out. Like, he learned his lesson. He's not going to fucking go over there and cry to his mom or whatever and, and get me in trouble. Well, first class starts after lunch. And sure shit, here comes the principal. And he goes, Jeremy, I need you to come with me. And I was like, I already know what this is for, and everybody's like, ooh, Jeremy's in trouble. Me just because I defended what I felt wasn't right. Like, what the fuck? Right? And so I was like, okay, whatever. And he's like, I understand where you're coming from. He's like, Jeremy, but you're not a mean kid. Like, this is just an out of character thing for you. And I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, like, like bring her in. And so like the next morning before school starts, I had to be there at like 7 o'clock in the morning. School doesn't start till 7:40, and I had to walk to her class, and he's in there with her, because of course, they just fucking go together.
Mhm.
And she's like, "So what do you have to say for yourself?" And I was like, "I'm sorry that your kid's a dick, and I'm also sorry for my actions because they were out of character." And she goes, "That's not an apology." And I was like, "I'm not gonna apologize to you and make it seem like your kid's a fucking saint because he's not. That's You guys tell me that like it's not right, but your kid should not be making fun of somebody for their weight just because he knows he can get away with it. That's not the way this fucking shit works."
Mhm.
And she looks at him and she goes, "Is this true? Because you didn't tell me that when after all this happened." And he goes, "No, it's not true." And I was like, "Oh, it's not goddamn true, huh?" And I think she thought like I was about to fucking start another fight just there, then and there.
Mhm.
And she's like, and she kind of just looks at me and she goes,
She's like,
"Wait, wait, wait." And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do anything because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get expelled. Like that makes it look worse on my family." and and my dad raised me to be a better man than that. And so she's like, well, I just want you to apologize to him because we are people of God, and we believe that everybody deserves a second chance, after a mistake. And I was like, yeah, I fucking should have said that to your kid too, but hey, that's not me. Um,
Yeah, fuck off.
yeah, I was just, dude, that's oof. Like if I didn't get in trouble for swearing more at that point in my fucking middle school career, I would have done it. Um, I like how I called it a career too.
Career. As if it wasn't just, what, 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade?
Yeah, and and so yeah, so the whole fucking thing, kind of just got swept under the rug. But Wade looks at me and he goes, "Jeremy, I know this is not your only offense." And I was like, "What do you mean this is not my only offense?" And he goes, "I know what you did in fourth grade." And the same thing happened to me in fourth grade, right? Like the kid was just fucking making fun of my weight. But his mom was a correctional officer, or actually, she was actually a cop, like an actual cop.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude wouldn't leave me alone, and so like I was just waiting for a moment where like me and him were alone. Well, that happened to be in the bathroom, right? This motherfucker's taking a piss, and
God, you hit a guy with his pants down?
I pushed him while his pants were down. I didn't actually hit him. I just like pushed him, because he was
God,
like,
he's...
because he was talking shit while he was pissing.
Mm.
And so I was like, bro, knock it off. I'm about to fucking push you. And he goes, you ain't gonna do shit. And I was like, oh, you fucking bet. And I just fucking pushed him.
Bet.
And he fucking like, of course he gets all the fucking like piss water on him. And he gets all the fucking water that's in the urinal on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking leaves and he's fucking crying and he leaves. Well, fucking a class later, his mom's pulling me out of class and um, she goes, why the hell are you pushing my kid, into a urinal? And I was like, because your kid called me fat. And she goes, that's not a valid reason for violence. And I was like, you're calling that violence?
You're like, I could get violent.
I was like, we're
I
calling
can
that
show you
violent? Yeah, no
violence.
shit. Like I was just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And that was like, going back to the whole like, we don't notice that kind of shit. As I got older, I didn't realize like I kind of pushed that kind of shit, away without realizing like what I did as a kid in those situations,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think it was just because I didn't want to get in trouble again. But like, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm defending my character, right?
Yeah.
Um, dude, that fucking cop wanted to push so many charges on a fucking adolescent, but the fucking principal loved me, and so she just basically she gave me like 2 weeks of like, uh, I mean, it wasn't like suspension because I didn't get suspended or anything. She just told me I had to like leave and use my absentees for fucking 2 weeks. And so I was just like, okay,
Yeah, cool.
fucking, I got to stay home for 2 weeks without fucking having to worry about shit.
Fuck
And
it.
but it was like one of those things where I was like, why the fuck am I the one getting yelled at when these motherfuckers are the ones talking shit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I don't
And
think I ever got like yelled at or like in somebody else's face for talking shit like to me about me.
yeah,
The only like somewhat fights I got into in school was, let's see, I think they were both in middle school. I one was because and it was the same kid.
yeah,
And one was because like I touched his face and then like he like grazed mine, so then I like grazed his just harder, like a little bit more aggressive. And it just kept
yeah,
going back and forth, and I thought it was a fun little game. He didn't, and then he like legitimately slapped me, and it like knocked me off like back.
yeah.
And we were on the bus, and so I like, grabbed the seat, launched myself forward, and just clocked him. Uh,
You pulled the
that ended that.
Kamehameha.
Yeah, that ended that. And then I told his dad what happened, and he's like, "Ah, okay." And then the second time was same kid. He got mad at me because he was like showing off his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We were in 7th grade.
Just Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, he was just like showing them off on the bus.
Yeah.
And, like I was friends with him too, so it's like I didn't think anything of it. And I was like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, more like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Ayo, like just like a stupid dumbass joke.
Yeah.
And he didn't think it was stupid, and he tried to fight me. So I punched him a couple times and I shoved him, and he's like, "You're gonna hear from my dad. He's gonna sue your ass." I'm like, "Your dad's a bitch. Fuck off." That's all that happened. Like I wasn't confrontational in school.
Yeah.
I'm still not.
Just
You're
fucking-
just a menace. That's what
yeah.
I'm getting from this. You're a fucking
Yeah.
menace to society.
I was a fucking dick. It's actually funny because one of the guys that I was training with at the beginning of the year, we were talking about like high school lives and everything. And he goes, "Dude, you were my fucking bully." And I was like, "What the fuck do you mean I was your bully? I got bullied." And he goes, "No." He's like, "You used to fucking make fun of me for always bringing my DS to school." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did do that. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know what?
yeah, you know what? Yeah,
That is ringing a bell actually.
that's valid." And I was like, to be honest with you, it was a defense mechanism because I was getting bullied in middle school, and I thought if I was the bully, nobody would fuck with me. And he goes, "Yeah, well, you gave me a lot of depression, bro." And I was like, "Oh, my bad, dog."
Like, my bad, Pint. You know what? That's all me, dog.
I was like, "That's on me, dog." Like, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Gross to say, bro. I feel like I just fucking visited Epstein Island.
Do you want to?
Maybe just with you, so we can hold hands.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're not gonna be holding hands, buddy.
Excuse me. Holding
Oh,
dicks.
we're fucking. We're holding dicks.
His dick. I mean, what?
Epstein's dick?
Epstein's dick? Yes.
Yes. Anyways.
Yeah, like if our girlfriends ever saw, especially yours and my conversations.
Oh god. Oh god. I've told her something like it happened. What did you send me today?
Oh, hold on, I'll tell you. I'm gonna go look at the proof.
I'm looking at it because
Did
she
I? Did
came
we
into
save
the.
it? Yeah, we did save it. Was it today or was it
Oh,
yesterday?
it was today because
When was it?
she came into the gym and
Oh, I
like
need you every night.
yeah, and she was talking and I looked down and I opened your message and she's like, "What are you smiling at your phone for?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Fluff just sent me a message." And she's like, "Why are you smiling at it?" I'm like, because I thought it was funny and I liked it. She's like, "Well, what did he say?" And I'm like, "Well, I was telling him that like I'm not gonna be on Sunday, but like I'll be on every other night." And he said, "I need you every night." She's like, "Jesus Christ, Avery." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You're gay." I'm like, "No." She's like, "What did you say?" And I'm like, "I sent back a lip biting emoji." And she's like, "Jesus fucking Christ."
Yeah, the girl that I've been kind of just flirting it up with. I kept it 100 with her too, and I was just like, "Look, like I like you, but I know that you and I are two different people." And I was like, "You're gonna have to know that, like, I'm gonna say some outlandish shit to either to the homeboys, or to the homos,
To the hobos?
not to the homos, the homosexuals, um, or I'm gonna say some outlandish shit just in general." And she goes, "Jeremy, there's nothing that I haven't known that you haven't said." And I was like, "All right, you got a point there."
You know what, valid.
Yeah, I was just like, "You know what? Yeah, you're right." I've said some shit. And she goes, "What's the worst that you've ever said?" And I was like, and I brought back the I was talking about you and I when I sent you that fucking like she can I want her to tie a rope around my balls until they rupture.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And she goes, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, yep, I might have just fucked everything up."
Might have crossed the line there.
And she goes, "And what did he say?" And I was like, "Oh, he was wondering what the fuck was wrong with me." And she goes, "Thank God." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "Because at least I know it's not two of you."
Oh, just wait.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, "Just give it a minute."
That was when it was still fresh.
Oh yeah,
We're
yes.
we're a little.
We're a little
God,
bit out
there are
there.
some times where I even question the messages I've sent. I'm like, was that too
Too
far?
much.
And then you'll send back some outlandish shit. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's like we gauge it off each other. We're like, "Oh, okay, all right, we're good."
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, did I just cross a line here? It's like, no. Okay, perfect, good.
Well, we got 30 seconds in this fucking video to end it with. I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. You guys probably only saw like 30 minutes of this whole fucking day. This is like 2.5 hours already. I
It's been a
appreciate
minute.
you guys, and as always, we love you. I'm gonna go peg him now, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Daddy, you love me, Daddy.